Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you two really simple sensory activities you can do with cornstarch. The first one we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make oobleck. And very simply, that is just cornstarch and water. So you just need a couple dishes of cornstarch, one for each color of oobleck you want to make. I'm going to make two different colors today. So you just want to take and add a couple drops of food coloring to each one of your containers. And then go ahead and just take some water and slowly add the water to the cornstarch mixture and stir it up. Okay, usually I like to make the oobleck at about this consistency. It's not very runny and it's not very thick either. Sometimes it takes a little bit of experimentation, which is half the fun, trying to get the right texture. So if it's a little runny, go ahead and add some more cornstarch. And if it's a little thick, just add some more water. So we have our purple mixed up, and I'll go ahead and mix up our green. Oh, so see, you can see here with our green, this is definitely very runny oobleck. So we definitely want to add a little bit more cornstarch to this one. Okay, that looks like that helped. It's definitely a little bit thicker. That looks pretty good. So oobleck is definitely a messy activity. So what you can do is, I'm using a tray here to put my oobleck on. You could also just cover your table, or if it's nice outside, this is a perfect activity to do outside. So now that my oobleck is all mixed up, I'm just going to go ahead and dump my different colors on the tray. Okay, there's our green. Now our purple. Okay. There we go. There we have our oobleck. Now the kids are ready to explore and do a little bit of sensory experimenting with this oobleck. As you can see, this is a really cool substance. Just pushing it with my finger, it's solid. But if you grab it or stick your hand in it, there it goes back to that ooey gooey runny liquid. So very easy, very fun activity. So the kids can have fun playing with the different textures of the oobleck. Like I said, you can take some time and experiment. The more water you put in, the thinner your oobleck will be. The more cornstarch you put in, the thicker it will be. Now, as you can see here, as long as I keep moving this oobleck, it's kind of solid, almost like a Play-Doh. But as soon as I stop, there it goes back to that almost liquid where it just seems to melt. So this is a lot of fun. You can add some toys or some other items to increase the sensory fun with this oobleck. Okay, now I'll show you our second activity with cornstarch. I'm just using a piece of wax paper for this one. So now I'm going to show you how to make pudding dough. So for this, we're just going to need 1/2 a cup of cornstarch. And we need a 1/4 cup of instant pudding mix. I had some chocolate pudding here at home, so that's what I'm using. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and mix the cornstarch and the instant pudding together. We just wanna make sure we get all of the chunks out of it. It does make it a little harder to dissolve if it's not mixed together. Okay, once everything is mixed together, we need to add 1/3 cup of water to our dough. And I will include this recipe at the beginning of this post. Okay, so just go ahead and mix up our pudding dough. Once you get it partially mixed up, you can go ahead and dump it out onto your wax paper or your tray and go ahead and finish mixing the rest of your dough by hand. Now, as you're mixing up your pudding dough, if you notice that it is really sticky or tacky, go ahead and add some more cornstarch to it. Also, if you notice that it is getting very dry, you can go ahead and add a little bit more water to it as well. After just a few minutes of mixing it up, you'll have your very own pudding Play-Doh. So not only does it smell great, but it's a lot of fun to play with as well. I hope you enjoyed these cornstarch activities today, and we hope to see you really soon. Happy reading!